Don't do this at home, and do not let go. Do not let go. Oh, see, it's stuck.
It was bound to happen.
It works. Do you want to do it?
I don't want to do it, but all right. 3, 2, 1.
Shadowversity.
Check out these awesome Shadowversity hoodies that we now have available for you guys right now.
These things we've been working on behind the scenes for a couple of months, and we are very proud to finally be bringing these things to you. They are based on the brigandines that me and Shad both wear. Obviously, those brigandines are quite expensive, but everybody can pick up one of these for a nice, affordable price.
I call these stealth medieval, where it's not so out of the ordinary. People think that's weird, why you're wearing it, but also to the keen observer, they will see that's a brigandine.
Finally, some merch that you can wear in public, and it's okay. We're very happy to bring these to you guys. Links in the description. Check them out. They support the channel, and yeah.
Really high quality, by the way. No expenses spared. These rivets are sewn on. We've got stealth logos. The material is nice. It's got you know, some thickness to it. I love them. This is gonna be a standard jacket I'm wearing. Check them out. Grab one yourself while they're there. Limited time, so grab them while we have them available. Greetings, I'm Shad.
And greetings, I am Tyrant.
And we are gonna begin this video by saying, don't do this at home.
Yes, but we have something special to bring to you on this very chilly morning in our official Shadowversity hoodies, of course. Link in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, Shad, how do you wanna intro this so that you know what's happening?
It's very dangerous, but we're doing it because it's part of our job here. We review swords, and we need, I've needed a more consistent way to measure the cutting ability for swords for a while, and I'm resurrecting something. Let's go show you what it is. Yes, it is the sword cutting rig. This is needed because when you're trying to gauge the cutting ability of swords, you might mess up a cut, you might have different strength, you just might not be feeling it that day.
Shad's an expert in these matters.
And Tyrant, I mean, did you see him in the Taitsuki review? Your cutting was
One time, and you will never let it go.
Yeah, I will never let that go.
But this is to get us a consistent cutting measurement, basically, for all our different swords. Now, this is very variable, actually. We should go through some of the variants here. First off, we're using springs, meaning we can make the power go a lot more, or a little bit more reasonable. Well,
in actual fact, we tested it out already. We tried to do an upgrade, but we need to do some testing. We can actually show you what that test was right now. Before we had it there was weight power, right? Now,
I want to point out I wasn't here during the original conception and testing of this.
Hey, the springs were still my idea.
They were. That's fair. That's a fair point.
He's trying to take credit for everything.
No. Just like to point out that.
So, because it didn't work, we are now using these high tension springs, right? And these work way better. We're talking about, so the goal is to get the sword up to a vertical position, and then we're going to measure this and bring it and lock it in by putting a bit of wood here. So we're always stretching it to the same point. And this is around, how much did you say?
I think we got to around 30 kilos, so about 66 pounds, and that's just with 2 springs. That was just a quick test just to see what it roughly was. Now, you may also be thinking we might have just invented the best sword throwing device, and that is also a possibility.
Well, we will find out, won't we? This will be clamped in, okay? And we need to measure a couple of things, because we have a stopper here, so because it comes down with a lot of force, and we don't want to break it. But this also means it's on a different angle, and we need to raise the noodles up enough so that it could cut through all the noodles. We have to be super careful, basically, because as soon as we raise this, it's under tension. Yeah. And if there's a slip, we need to make sure nothing is in the cutting range. But the thing is, though, we can only push this in once it's raised.
Yeah.
And so we have to make sure that whoever's holding it here...
Yeah, I just realized that, eh?
Yeah.
Let's not do that. Let's get some rope and like a
pulley. A pulley system. Because I've got concerns. I'm not sure how it works. I'm worried that this is going to be knocked backways, and it's not going to cut down.
So let's just try it. Let's have everybody stand to this side of it.
Okay, how are we going to pull the?
I'll pull it back and hold it, and you just.
And we
slide it to back
we need it down here.
I mean, when you cut with a sword, you want to cut around here.
Around here on the sweet spot. That's.
Yeah. And we are down range, so if we end up throwing the sword, it's away from us. Tell me when you're ready.
All right, so you need to get it vertical. You're holding it?
Yep.
I am trusting you, man. Do not let go. Do not let go. Oh, see, it's stuck.
I hate to hurry you, but you know, it'd be
Hang on,
nice.
we need a reset. Put it down gently. Are there like clamps or locks that we could bring in that just holds these tight? Because that would be a good idea. If we just remove the top one and just have like, I don't know, some zip ties that we just loop over and that holds everything nicely. And the question is, will this just blast through them all without any trouble? Because if it does, that's actually not good. We need something more resistive. So it's an achievement based on how many pool noodles or whatever, how deep it cuts. And we can say, all right, this was like a 3 noodle cut sword or a 4 or a 5, right? And then that means it's really impressive if a sword actually does cut through them all.
Are you ready?
All right. Are we ready? All right, are you holding it, man?
Yeah. Is that straight vertical, Nathan? Or do I need to go further?
Come on. See, it grips like right here, that piece of crap. All right, I think that's the money spot.
We good, Nathan? Yep. Is that vertical, Shad?
No, a bit higher. All right, there.
3, 2, 1. Well, it didn't get through the last one.
It works.
See what I'm saying by 30 kilos is a lot?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And so now we've come back from having tested it the first time, seeing some of the things that we needed to engineer and tweak, and that's what we've done here. We've reinforced things, we have lubricated things.
And this still isn't finished. For example, basically this side is operational, this side we still need to fix. So don't worry about that for now.
But remember how hard it was to like pull in? Now it's just, well, now the sword's in the way. We'll have to show you when we're ready to cut.
Yes.
But also, one of the problems about trying to just let it go by hand, what if your hand is in a different position? What if you're releasing it and you kind of go up, release, and then quick? And so we actually have a proper quick release here, which just goes bang like that, which means that's going to reduce any human error on the release, and it's going to be hooked into the exact same point at every release, which means we're going to be able to duplicate the power depending how many springs we put on. We already saw that 2 springs, well, it was 4 all up.
Yeah.
It was way too powerful.
Yeah, so we're going to do a quick little test cut now with 1 spring on each side, just on some pool noodles, and then I think after that we'll go back, depending how this one goes.
We have an option. If it still blasts through all the pool noodles, we do have an option.
Yes, I think it will, because, you know, it's a sword under spring tension.
Okay.
All right, do you want to do this?
Yep. We'll get down. Okay, yep. It's in position. And to keep the person safe, well, look at this. Look at how smooth this comes in. You reckon about there?
Yeah, yep, hold on. Let me grab another. Maybe a bit more. Actually, no. Just a touch.
Just a touch.
Perfect.
Look at how smooth that is, Ed. All right, and then we have...
My biggest concern is the aim on this thing.
Yeah. We had to narrow the window for when this is getting released, so we just got to hope. Are you ready? Do you want to do it?
I don't want to do it, but all right.
Hang on, I want to watch it then.
3, 2, 1. If only we had waited for that glue to dry.
We found we need to just reinforce it with more stuff. The glue wouldn't have held it in. This is why we need to test it.
But
it didn't go through all of them.
I don't think it did. You're right. It might have been because maybe it blew that one out, but...
It could have been. I think it was more impressive with 4 springs.
Yes, but it's not about destroying through everything. It's seeing the cutting capacity of a sword.
It is. With a consistent force in it.
All right, well...
Well, it hit the middle.
Yeah. So we'll fix this up and then we will maybe try something a little bit different.
Again. So there was a time in my life whenever I was going through a hardware store and I saw some clamps. I just had to get some clamps.
Right.
And right now I'm feeling vindicated that my clamp fetish is paying off.
Okay, well, I'm going to call you out on your bullcrap right there because all of these clamps we bought for carbon fiber.
I've seen
Yeah. But
and
all these
the broken ones.
they're all broken.
I go through clamps.
All the orange ones were from carbon fiber. Check the video if you don't
So do you
believe
have a clamp fetish too?
Yeah, I love clamps.
Clamps are
Everybody should.
friggin' awesome. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna clamp the top, squeeze it in a bit, and that's gonna reinforce them and hold them in tighter. Can we go all the way and tighten it? Yeah,
We can, but we don't.
That's actually pretty solid. That's gonna hold it in. All right, and then next, this is a bit too loose, so let's clamp these in.
All right, so this is from one pool noodle, yeah?
This is, if we could, like, resources is a thing to pay attention to. So if we could only expend one pool noodle per test, that would be good.
Now these are cut a little bit big, so we probably
We
could
could even get higher, right?
Yeah. All right, are we ready for another one?
I think we're ready. And then that is on. We will pull the target into position. When do I start? We should actually mark this.
Yeah, we should actually.
So I think it needs to get about there.
Maybe a touch more. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. It was bound to happen.
It was bound to happen. And see what happens here?
Yep. I mean, it is splitting 2x4, so I don't blame it.
That went down a decent amount in the wood.
It did.
So, is it like that wood is leaning into the thing a bit?
You wanted this much of a gap, so I gave you that much of a gap. There's a reason why I had them originally so far apart.
All we need to do is lean it a bit that way, and we're good.
I think it was just purely variance from this.
You reckon?
Yeah, because the first time we got it perfectly fine. Nothing really broke, so we should be able to just go again.
Yeah, we should just be ready to go. All right, that's on. I can barely see the line I drew, but I can see it. We're going in to about right here. That's the line now. I mean, it looks good.
It does, doesn't it? 3, 2, 1.
That worked friggin' beautiful. But the problem is, there is a problem. Oh! All right. It stopped because it was rubbing up against the wood.
Yes. I think it just started to.
And we're still angling on this side, aren't we? But
Yeah.
it was like, was that edge alignment that's pushing it in that direction?
Maybe, because you can see the cut here.
And you can see the angle of the sword is a bit
Yeah, it went.
on that. So we might need like a level or something when we're clamping it to make sure this is straight. Other than that, like, it worked friggin' beautifully. Do you reckon it would have gotten through all the noodles? Because it's getting through more than I would want for the testing, I think.
I think it will get through all of them.
That means we need to upgrade.
We still haven't even. We need to fix the edge alignment before we do anything.
Well, yes, but then we need to upgrade. We are learning that there's actually going to be skill required to get this working right. We're learning as we go.
All right, I think that's.
Okay, so I am looking at the edge alignment. This looks pretty straight now.
Edge alignment looks straight. It even looks like it's going a little bit more to that side, so hopefully that can compensate if it goes to the other side.
It does now, isn't it? Is it? It even looks like it's pointing in a different direction. What's up with that?
Plywood and 2x4s aren't an exact science.
We can only work with the materials we have available.
Well, it's more that we have to modify one of your old designs.
This works fine!
Did it work fine the first time?
That's only because we needed to figure out a good, tension system.
Are you ready?
Oh,
Ready, Nathan?
I got the chain. All right, we're ready. Okay. Good. We're on the line.
All right, so wait, chat, wait. See how, look at the difference between this spring here and that spring there.
Yeah.
So I think it's the springs.
All right, we'll push it. Can you push the screw down a bit? I can get a hammer.
Precision engineering. 3, 2, 1.
Did it again. All right, so even, look, this isn't just me pulling it down. It is, it's leaning to that side. Push that up. That's where it needs to be. All right, so we just need to brace that, like that. It does not want to lean that way now. Do you reckon we got it this time?
Yep.
Let's do it. This quick release system is working like a freaking charm, though.
It is.
Who made that?
Bunnings.
You can't give me any credit.
Oh, you mean that?
Oh,
what do you mean?
This whole rig.
All right, so you use the quick release exactly as it's intended.
But then, how I've connected, I've decided to use a chain so we're able to get which link to get it on.
Okay,
right
you did well
distance.
with the chain.
And also, look at how well this works. See how well that slides? Whose idea was it to lubricate it?
That's a good idea.
And to sand
That's
it
good.
down.
Good
All
job,
right.
Shad. You did good.
In fact, the one thing you've worked on is the thing we've been having most trouble with.
Because you wanted it smaller. I made 2 of them now. 3, 2, 1.
All right. I don't think that's the wood stopping it.
I think it's just as it cuts, it's the actual blade rolls. But it got through what? 2, 4, 6.
So this is what we want. We want to be able to, like, how many pool noodle cutter was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pool noodles. A noodle bucket. That's a 6. Noodle sounds a bit lame. 6 limb cut.
No.
It's a 6 cut. A 6er.
I think you guys get the gist.
I
This
think
is what
this
we're going to be doing.
works.
Now, there will be some kinks that we still need to work out, and we're also going to be trying maybe some different mediums in the actual holder.
I mean, all right. Is that good enough for the pool noodle? Do we need to add anything more?
No, I think that's fine.
And that means we can still be within the realms of using one noodle. What it like is?
Well,
how
all
much is sharpness affecting it?
Well, that's what I was about to say. Let's get a different sword now.
So now we have the Taitsuki katana.
$3,000 katana.
It does still. It has a slight warp in it, but the edge should be just as strong.
The edge still has some sharpness.
We want to avoid these are where the chips are, so if we hit around here, we should be good.
Okay, we're probably going to have to bring it in a little bit closer as well because this is not the same length. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Well, that worked perfectly. Almost too perfectly.
Yes. Yes.
Because that confirms with a very sharp sword, angled perfectly, they're too easy to cut through. This is what we need to confirm in this video, this very thing.
Well, there is one more thing we have to fix this solution.
One more option. Cardboard reinforced pool noodles. Very advanced technology here.
Well, we have cut cardboard before and it felt terrible. That was soaked cardboard.
Yeah, this is dry.
Dry cardboard is probably going to be terrible too, but we don't have to hold the blade, so who cares?
I mean, this will be really interesting.
Yeah. I've got a feeling that we're probably going to have to maybe use 1 or 2 of these and then the rest are normal pool noodle. Like we're going to have to mix
I don't know.
and match.
I think if we do all just cardboard as the standard, it'll be really intriguing to see how well it cuts through. But that works so damn well.
Yeah. All right, well, let's give it a go.
And we also know that to get almost a perfectly centered cut, it needs to look like it's going to hit here.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's just conversation.
It's not a
the
bug,
end.
it's a feature.
Yeah.
Now, the only drawback of these things is the prep time to do this sort of stuff for one cut.
I've got kids. Child labor.
All right.
This is a perfect job for them. I was like, hey kids, you want to earn a couple of bucks? I'll pay you 10 cents a cardboard reinforced noodle.
And this is 8 of them.
And they would have earned 80 cents. Oh no, 80 cents.
Are you sure? Remember to check out the official Shadiversity hoodies in the link in the description and the pinned comment. Beautiful. And we might, I'm not going to make any promises, but hopefully at some point maybe we can do like different color options as well, because I heard some people did want blue.
I did hear that.
Yeah, so
at the moment we're doing the classic shad red.
Tyrant
Red.
red.
Got it.
All right, let's get back to this.
That disgusted you so much.
Yeah, it did.
Legitimately caused you.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
That's it. That's it, baby.
3 noodles
3 noodles.
with cardboard reinforcement.
And look, I told you, it's when it gets stopped, it gets kicked up.
Yeah, yep.
So that is consistent. We've nailed consistency. That is, well, most like it's not hitting the sides, which is what we wanted.
Yep.
And so we know this system to get it to aim true.
Yep.
And okay, I have a slight concern now. This is a very sharp sword.
Yes.
And it only got through 3.
Yes.
That
It's
might
cardboard,
just
Chad.
but that might just be the standard then. Like we
Yeah.
might not need this many, which means we will get to save some. So what we would stack up maybe 5 on average.
I think we can stack up all of them because you never know. One might be just really good. But that's the point of the test. If it doesn't cut through all of them, it doesn't cut through all of them.
Yeah,
So this is the Taitsuki $3,000 katana with still a very sharp edge, cutting through 3 pool noodles with cardboard reinforcement.
We could increase the power. Let's not. Let's keep it like this is more. This feels more manageable.
Yes, it does.
4 springs.
Yes.
Scary.
Yes. I think that's everything though. Like
I
there's
think
just some little
this
things.
proves
we
it.
have
This
to
means
dial in,
I think we have now figured out this thing. We've worked out the kinks enough that we can start using this in our standard reviews. Whenever we have a sword we're going to be reviewing, we can now gauge how many noodles it can cut.
And what we're going to do is we'll probably have a list in the episode of like different swords and
Yes.
where they fall, so you know where
Ideally, I would like to add this, make a chart on the Shadowversity website that people can go to and look up how well did this sword perform. Now,
I'm actually glad you brought that up because we haven't actually announced them yet. But we've relaunched 3 different websites. We've got the Honor Guard Productions one, the Shadowversity one, and the Shad M. Brooks one. I recommend you check them all out.
There's some charm to each one of them.
Yeah, we can put it that way. But yes, having a chart basically that says where their factory sharpness lies, because that'll be the key point.
There is some really interesting things, because this actually didn't get stopped on the next one. It got stopped going through that one. That works well. And this is going to be an interesting thing to add into our sword reviews, because it assesses a lot. It will give a feedback on how well the blade geometry, assists with cutting, but also just the edge, the factory edge, how sharp it comes from the manufacturer, but also it takes out human error a lot.
Well, I want to use this before we get to our cutting. So then we can say exactly where the sharpness lies, and then we can go do our cutting, and we can say how it handles, all that sort of stuff. Because there have been times where we're like, well, I know my edge alignment isn't off, but this sword isn't cutting for some reason, and that does happen. So this will remove that sort of issue.
This is ready to go. Look at this beast we've made.
Ignore all the redneck engineering.
It works! It works beautifully!
It works. But I think that's everything. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to check out the official Shadowversity hoodie in the description and the pinned comment. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
That is everything. But, you could try and watch the first attempt at this, where it did not work nearly as well. Maybe not watch that one. You can watch the Taitsuki Katana review. That's a better video.
Yes. Thanks for watching, guys. See you.